Good morning, one and all. I am Gajendra Singh K, Selection Grade Lecturer, Government Women's Polytechnic, Bangalore. Today I present before you the subject Company Law and Sectoral Practice of third semester Commercial Practice, Company Secretary, Unit 1. The contents what we are going to discuss today are Secretary meaning, definition, importance, and qualification. Company Secretary is an individual appointed by the company possessing the said qualification as prescribed in Companies Act. Section 2, subsection 45 of the Companies Act 1956 defines a company secretary as a person possessing the prescribed qualifications, that is, possessing the membership from Institute of Company Secretaries of India, New Delhi, appointed to perform the duties of a company secretary, where the duties will be either administrative or ministerial. So, the duties of the secretary will be purely of administration and ministerial. He is an employee of the company, appointed to perform the duties as assigned to him under the Companies Act. How is the secretary appointed? The first secretary is appointed by the promoters at the pre-incorporation stage. The promoters are the exponents or experts who promote the idea of bringing the company into existence. They may or may not be educated, and they may not possess the legal knowledge to how to bring a company into existence. Therefore, they seek the services of a secretary, but at the pre-incorporation stage, he is called as a pro tem secretary because the company has not come into existence. Therefore, the services will be provided by the secretary who is qualified, but he will be named as pro tem secretary. After incorporation, the board of directors through a resolution will confirm the appointment. So, incorporation is a registration process from the promotion stage to incorporation. So, this promotion stage is a stage where the idea of a business opportunity is discovered, and the promoters will think of the processes to be completed to bring the company into existence. They seek the services of the secretary by selecting the line of business of the company and the legal processes to be involved in bringing the company into existence. The secretary, being a qualified person, will assist the promoters in documentation process, interacting with so many government agencies involved, especially the Register of Companies Act, companies in India, and in the state in which the company is going to be located, and accordingly the company will be brought into existence. Here at this stage of promotion and incorporation, so much of documentation is to be done, like drafting of memorandum of association, drafting of articles of association, drafting of consent letters, and so on, and correspondence has to be conducted with the office of the Registrar of Companies in India. So therefore, the promoters may not be able to fulfill the formalities on their own. Therefore, they seek the services of the secretary. So the secretary, after incorporation, who otherwise called as pro tem secretary before incorporation, the board of directors is nothing but the promoters after incorporation. They become the board members after incorporation. They appoint the secretary by passing a resolution. Resolution is a decision taken by the board of directors appointing the secretary, and this appointment will come into existence from the date of the passing of resolution by the board of directors at their first board meeting. What are the qualifications to be possessed by the company secretary? The company secretary should primarily possess the membership from Institute of Company Secretaries of India, New Delhi, for companies having share capital of rupees 50 lakhs or more. Here, why this capital limit is set is larger the capital, more the risk will be involved. The government interference will be more in the bigger companies. Therefore, the legal formalities to be fulfilled in the day-to-day affairs of the company will be more. Therefore, a qualified person is required. So, this membership from Institute of Company Secretaries, it's a course offered by the Government of India under the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. So this is a course which will enable the person possessing this qualification to discharge the duties of a company secretary as effectively as possible. And for those whose share capital is less than 50 lakhs, or smaller companies, other we can call them as. So one of these prescribed qualifications may be accepted for the appointment of a secretary. Number one, membership from Institute of Company Secretaries of India, New Delhi. Or secondly, the pass in intermediate examination of ICS of India, New Delhi. Or possessing the postgraduate in commerce or corporate secretaryship. Or fourth one, degree in law granted by any university. Or possessing the membership from Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, membership from Institute of Cost and Works Accountants of India, postgraduate degree or diploma in management from Indian Institute of Management in India, or post diploma in company secretaryship granted by the Institute of Commercial Practice, New Delhi. Any one of this qualification will be accepted in case of companies having the share capital, paid up share capital of below rupees 25 lakhs. What are the qualities of a company secretary? As the company secretary is the face of the company, he should possess the following qualities. First of all, he must have a good and pleasing personality, because he is going to interact with the public in general, the staff, the creditors, the shareholders, the management, and the customers, and so on. So he must be a person possessing a pleasing personality, because he has to interact with all these agencies outside the company and inside the company. So the pleasing personality will help him to win the confidence and attention of the section of the society with whomsoever he comes in contact. Secondly, he must have a good temperament and charming manners, because first thing is he should listen to others. So good temperament will enable him to listen to others, either in the form of complaints or in the form of suggestions, whatever. And charming manners, he should set as an example to his juniors or people working in the organizations at the lower levels. And similarly, he must win the confidence of his higher level management also. So charming manners and good temperament will make him to win over both the higher authorities as well as his subordinates. Next one is, he must possess the sense of responsibility and strong common sense. See, people should take up responsibility. They should initiate the proceedings. Whether there is a success or failure, they should say that yes, I am going to take up the responsibility even in case of failures. And this will be a challenge to a secretary, because when he takes responsibilities, he initiate the proceeding, success will bring him good name and fame. And even in case of failures, he should say, okay, next time I will correct the mistakes what have taken place right now and see that we move forward with success. So a strong common sense is very much is expected from a secretary. So in situations which require the knowledge of common sense to be applied for some decisions, so there may be no rigid manners in which that problem is to be solved. A common sense many a times may help a person to come out of that situations. So strong common sense also is expected from a company secretary. Then he must have a sense of discipline and regard for others. Discipline is very important in case of maintenance of timings, coming in time, going in time, then taking up the job in time and completing it in time, maintenance of records, dress, etc., and also regard for others. Respect others, whoever comes in contact with you. So this also brings in goodwill and good name and fame, and also not only for himself, even to the company, because disciplined person interacting with outside world will bring a good name to the company also. Then he must possess good knowledge and communication skills. Knowledge is most important. He must possess the legal knowledge, knowledge of business, knowledge of banking, knowledge of communication, knowledge of drafting, etc. All these will help him to be successful as a company secretary. And communication skills are most important, because he has to interact with so many sections of within the company and outside in the society. So how to interact with each type of or segment of the society depends upon how he interacts. The language to be used, the wordings to be used while communicating with others will also vary from different segment of society what he deals with. Then he must have self-control and strong sense of justice. He should not leave his temperament. He should always remain cool, listen to others, whatsoever is the problem is, and he should always be justified to others. Whatever decisions he takes should not affect others, but people should feel he has taken a justified decision. And even in the interest of the company or the employees or whoever comes in contact with these problems, so if you take the justified decisions, everyone will be happy and in support. They will stay to the in support of the company. This will bring him again a good name and fame, and his success will be behind it. Lastly, he must be in tune with the culture and lifestyle of the company. Culture is very important. Maybe the food habits, the dress, the how addressing to people. All these are the qualities that the company secretary is supposed to possess. With all these qualities, any person, not only the company secretary, may be successful in any profession or occupation that one or he or she takes up. Duties of the company secretary. Company secretary will perform different duties. First of all, his duties are classified into 4 to 5 categories. The first one is duties towards the company. To make statutory declarations and collect certificates of business commencement. As discussed earlier, he is going to assist the promoters in bringing the company into existence, right from promotion stage to commencement of business. If it is a public company, it has to undergo 4 stages: promotion, incorporation, capital subscription, and business commencement. So to make statutory declarations and collect certificates on behalf of the certificates of business commitments on behalf of the company. Then he has to sign annual reports. Every year, all annual reports to be filed with the Register of Joint Companies has to be signed by the company secretary. To sign final profit and loss account and balance sheet. So the financial statements also has to be signed by the balance sheet. Only with the signature the document becomes authoritative. Duties of the company secretary under various statutes. Under Companies Act, all duties from promotion to commencement of business has to be performed. Like at promotion stage, he has to assist the promoters in bringing the company into existence by getting so many clearances from all those organizations which affect the functioning of the company, and drafting of memorandum of association. There in memorandum of association, so many clauses. We have 6 clauses, and each clause they should be in conformity with the prevailing law, that is the Company Act. Like name clause, what should be the name of the company. Then office clause, the registered office clause, where the address, location of the company. Then the object clause, under what the company is going to undertake, manufacturing or rendering of service or trading, whatever. Like this, the liability clause, then the capital clause, and ultimately the last clause, which is called as the clause which will possess the signatures of all the members who undertake to form themselves into a company. That is called as the subscription clause. Then after that, he has to fill in the application to get the company registered, file with all the documents and the filing fees, with all legal clearances with the Register of Joint Stock Companies. And the registrar, after careful scrutiny of all the documents, he found in order, he will register the company and issue a certificate called as Certificate of Business Commencement. So it is the duty under the statute, the company secretary should collect this from the registrar before commencing the business. Under the Income Tax Act, deductions and filing of income tax returns of the company, its shareholders and employees. So secretary is responsible because he is the officer of the company. He is going to sign the final accounts of the company. He will be held responsible if the tax is not deducted either from the employees' salaries or of the company, and if the returns are not filed in time. So this is also a duty the secretary should perform under the Income Tax Act. Under Stamp Act, under FERA Act and other statutes which influence the company's day-to-day functioning. Under Stamp Act, for all property transfers or all property purchases and registrations, so stamp duty has to be paid to the government on the value of the asset involved in it. Accordingly, Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, if there is borrowing from outside the country, what are the regulations that the company has to follow, and other statutes like Banking Regulation Act and so on, which influence the company's day-to-day functioning, has to be followed. Duties towards the directors, to ensure that actions of the board of directors are as per law implemented, to deal with all correspondence in which the directors are interested, to issue notices and prepare agenda of the meetings to be conducted, to work as per the instructions given by the directors. Then duties towards the directors to be continued here are to maintain all important files and records, to draft director's report, to act as a liaison officer between directors and staff, to act as a confidential clerk and mouthpiece of the directors. Then duties towards the management, to organize and control the head office, to draft contract and with vendors, underwriters, share brokers, etc., to act as liaison officer between managing director, manager, director, uh, shareholders, creditors, and staff of the company. Then duties towards the management again continue to maintain effective relationship with registrar of joint stock companies, the company law board, stock exchanges, banks and financial institutions, and the local authorities. Because good relationship with all these bodies will facilitate the smooth functioning of the company. To maintain title deeds of the company's properties and investments safely and submit all the returns in time. Duties towards the shareholders and public, to issue prospectus, invite applications for shares and debentures, to arrange for their allotment and issue of shares and debentures, to deal with all correspondences between the company, shareholders, direct creditors, public, and look into their grievances, to issue notices to all meetings of the companies, to attend the meetings and keep all proceedings of the meetings, and to help the chair in the smooth conduct of the meetings. So these are all the duties that the secretary is going to discharge towards the shareholders and public, because he is a well-wisher of a shareholder. So he has to keep the shareholder informed about what is going on in the company. So he will assist right from the beginning. Issue of prospectus means prospectus is an invitation prepared by the company calling the public to invest in the shares of the company. It will be drafted. It's a legal document. It will be cleared before issuing by the registrar of joint stock companies. Based on that, applications are invited. So the applications received should be properly recorded and maintained and assist in the allotment of shares. So whether shares or debentures. After that, arrange for allotment and issue of shares and debentures. Once the applications are received, depending upon the number of shares issued, the allotment process will take place. The secretary will be commensurate with and it should be adequately equipped with the procedures of allotment to be followed in the issue of shares and debentures. Then all the other correspondence between the company, shareholders, creditors, public, and look into their grievances. So whatever correspondence the company has to conduct between among shareholders, maybe regarding transfer of shares, payment of dividends, issue of share certificates, receiving of call money, and then the company makes the call. So all correspondences is to be dealt with the shareholder only. So shareholder plays a key role with the shareholders, creditors, and public, and look into their grievances. Whatever problems they come into, complaints they come into, so he has to take care and attend to it effectively. To issue notices of all the meetings of the company. The company's proceedings or the functioning will take place only after the decision taken at a meeting. Meeting is the assembly of all those concerned with the company. Maybe if it's a directors meeting, all directors will be there. If it is a general meeting, it is a meeting of shareholders. It will be discussed in detail in forthcoming chapters. To attend the meetings and keep all proceedings. At the meeting, what happens? What are the topics to be taken up for discussion? And what all the discussion take place? What decisions are taken in the form of resolutions should be recorded properly and keep the proceedings of the meetings appropriately. To help the chair, that is the chairperson of the meeting, in the smooth conducting of the meetings. Towards the office and staff also, the secretary has certain duties. He has to organize and run the office efficiently, to coordinate the activities of all the departments, to equip all the departments properly so that activities can go on as smoothly as possible, to organize proper records management, what type of information is going to be emerging in the offices concerned or the departments concerned. So depending on the importance of the information to be recorded, so proper records management has to be adopted so that no information will be leaked out or no information will be left out. So every information should be properly recorded as per the requirement. To see that all the departments have balancedly staffed. The staff requirement in all the departments should be properly planned in advance, and qualified and adequate number of people should be placed in every department so that every department functions as smoothly as possible. To act as a guide, friend, and philosopher of the staff. Staff will be looking towards the secretary for all their problems. Therefore, they'll ask his guidance so that as a friend he has to guide them, and as a philosopher he should motivate them to work and towards the end achieving the company's goals. And lastly, to provide proper working conditions to the staff. Most importantly is staff will be happy if and congenial working conditions are provided. The machines what they use, or the office furniture what they use, or the procedures, everything should be properly planned and provided so that the staff will feel happy. Then rights of the company secretary: to supervise, direct and control all office activities. to do all activities are directed by the directors, to issue testimonials to the employees on behalf of the company, to sign the proceedings of the company meetings and all such documents which do not require the common seal of the company, to get his remuneration. Dismissal of the company secretary. The company secretary can also be removed from the post of secretary for the reasons mentioned below. If he is found guilty for misconduct, if he is found to be incompetent, if he is found to be negligent in discharge of duties, for his disobedience, and after the expiry of the term for which this appointment is made. Thank you.